And there's my little stutter as it catches up, and then I should hopefully be smooth again. Hello, me. Okay.
Hi.
Back to silky
We're
smoothness.
good.
Forget about it.
There's probably something going wrong in my computer due to one of these updates, and I'll find it later. But in the meantime, let's get back to what we were doing here. And that was finding out what's going on. So we did find out that horses were being mistreated by one of the noble folks in there, and we have identified who that is, but they're not really paying attention to the people otherwise. So now we've kind of got the efforts to expose the cultists, as well as get some more information out of Chiquito's friend, the gnome. Getting my notes open back up here. Out of picking the fight, finding the guy who got in the fight with Oin, Yaz doing your trickery and deceptions, or show the cart watching the watchers is kind of going to be an ongoing thing. So do any of the three of you want to be the first to make the effort? Either Anrin picking the fight, going after the person with Oin, or Yaz with your questioning?
I'm willing to go first if
Sure.
that's an option.
You got it.
All right,
So,
here I go.
Yaz, let's see some deception going on.
Wait, hold on.
Hold on.
Oh,
There you go. Boop, boop, boop.
A little boopity. Okay, let's
I
see.
don't know.
Let's
Is
see
that
the
okay?
boopity. It was a
Okay,
delayed boopity, but
Delayed boopity.
delayed boopity.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see it.
No, it's okay. So a 14. You're sort of working your way through the folks, and occasionally, you try and insert yourself here or there. The same folks that you've had the suspicions on come back up again. And those are the ones that, when you make the subtle signs and when you do the little word plays and trickery, they kind of start to fall into it again. They're also the ones that are more guarded. Some of the ones that, you throw a sign to, they're like, what was that? That's cool. Teach me how to do that. Is that like this, or like, can you do the thing where you do like that, or split which finger? What are we doing here? So those sorts of things are happening, but again, it's not a solid confirmation that it's this group of people. You're like, those people definitely have leanings, but they're in amongst other folks. Are you confident in those that you found enough to point that out for either Anrin to try and pick the fight, or to target Rob Oakes to go after with the investigation for Oin's attacker?
Based on what you told me, I don't think it's enough to really pinpoint someone with whomever I was speaking to.
Okay, sounds good. So then Anrin picking the fights versus trying to get some information out on Oin's attacker, or working together for a common cause. What are the two of you thinking?
Cop, bad cop at Anrin?
We could do that.
I don't know how that would work though. Like, so you're intimidating people, and I'm like, no, pull them aside. I'm like, she's a little grouchy, but well.
I could see that working.
I could see that working if intimidation were something that I were truly gifted at. However, performance.
But if only one of you is making a check,
Yes.
that might
Sure.
maybe that could be your assist.
Okay.
Okay. We could definitely do something along those lines.
We don't have to. If you want to run your own thing, Anrin, that's cool. Maureen.
I think working together, I know that it's a noble, and we know that, so I have to ask a question.
Sure.
Do we know that there's a nobleman in the train, and have we seen that person?
Oh yes, there are 3 or 4 folks with titles in the train. The noble person who is rather harsh with their horses, you do identify. And excuse me, among the things that I have not yet gotten to reopen is the names of people. So I will have that for you in a moment.
Okay.
But you are able to identify that person.
But now we can see if there are links between Owain's fight group and this person through this process. So I like working together because it might link some things up.
Try this out then.
Do it.
So am I rolling a performance at advantage?
Yes, please. A performance at advantage. And from what I understand, you're approaching the noble and trying to good cop, bad cop them? Or who are you approaching?
Let's try the noble, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's my thought. I don't know. What do you got?
No, that will work. That will work because I'm really angry at the noble anyway. And so I won't have to play very hard at being irritated and grumpy. And so it won't be a
Annoying.
performance.
All right. So then, before we go, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, Chiquito, you got like a couple words of wisdom for us?"
You're gonna do it. I'm gonna go and put my hands on your shoulders, give you a good. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna do okay.
All right, Coach. Put me.
And then I'm gonna reach around and go boop.
All right.
Okay. As you're getting worked up and you're about to head in, a young woman passes, by. She just happens to be walking past, and you're a little like, huh? She's very green, just very green, completely 100% hair to toenails green. She looks human, and she just walks past you.
Now, see, you don't. Aaron, I don't know if you see that every day, but I sure don't. I mean, like she's like all, green. I mean, and I don't mean that as an idiom. Like she doesn't seem like she's new. Like she's
Coloring was definitely
right. Like we're on the
green.
same page, right?
Yes, you didn't imagine that.
All right.
She didn't look like a dryad, though.
Mm-mm.
Or did she?
She didn't have that fey look about her. She just looked like someone had dunked her in a tank of green paint. Like she just looked green.
See, that feels like something somebody does for fun. I don't know. I've seen some weird stuff. I've
You
been
do
in
for
trouble
fun.
with
And
a
yourself
couple
great.
nobles, because like one time there was this, somebody who was all gold, and then I got caught in like this sort of compromising thing, and then, I was anyway,
Compromising?
yeah, things happen, and then just it ended basically with this lord saying, "No, Mr. Oakes, I expect you to die," and then I had to run out of there, and it was crazy. All right, it's a story for another time. But let's
Understand gold body.
yeah, she was all gold. Like that one's all green. I'm just saying that it's not my first rodeo.
When they walked by, because I'm assuming that I'm kind of warming them up. How did they look like? Did they just like kind of like la 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 walk by, or was there more of a?
No, she was just working to catch up and keep up. You move ahead, you fall behind in the caravan, and she just had to do a little jog past to catch up. But
she wasn't like looking over her shoulder, like, does anybody see how green I look?
Look how green
no,
I am.
it seems like that'd probably be a hard thing to hide.
Mm.
I mean, I painted myself blue, so I guess it's not that weird.
No. But you had many blue pieces to begin with. But in that case, we are not. So.
I guess we'll let that
where's
go,
the noble?
maybe? Yeah, let's go.
Here.
That was an interesting sort of side twist thing that could have happened, but I think we'll stick on the noble.
Sure. So you move ahead, and the noble. It is a man driving the cart. He has the title. Along with him is another man and a woman who look to be acting perhaps as bodyguards. As you're coming up, you can see that he's, giving the reins a little flap and urging on, calling out for these useless nags to move along a bit. And you can see him, turning and just like, can't believe they sold me these horses. This is what happens passing through Baldur's Gate. They always come out with inferior animals on the far side.
That seems kind of harsh. Anyway.
Perhaps, are we actually able to talk to him at this point?
Sure, you're 5 feet away, so you talk, he'll hear.
Okay. Good. Well, perhaps it's the skill of the driver. Horses rarely seem to have difficulty actually doing the job of being a horse.
And he sort of looks over at you and just kind of like does a little double take and then spits. Yeah. Elf.
Did you spit at me?
No, he spit. He spit in your general direction. He did not spit to hit you. It was more the like spit on the floor kind of thing.
Do something with the glaive.
It's the skill of the driver.
Get Clavey. Get Clavey. Do some twirls and stuff.
Some twirls and stuff? I don't need to do twirls and stuff. I'm going to come up and grab his shirt.
Okay.
You tried to spit at me.
Like that.
So as you start to
What are they
move up,
doing?
as you start to move up, you see the bodyguard beside him start to move to intercept, and he's like,
All right. So
Are you going to me because this man can't drive his horses? His horses are making my horses upset.
this feels like the time where I will come in and
Okay.
do like, now this isn't worth a bother here, and I'm gonna take a silver out and just palm it to the guard and be like, my friend here's just a little worked up. The horses on our team, they've been getting bothered. They're distressed by what's going on with these horses. It's fine. We understand. Sometimes things happen in Baldur's Gate. I understand. You go in with the diamond, you come out with a piece of shit. Like that's just what happens sometimes. Just that's not an idiom. I just made that one up and it didn't work out, so we're not gonna have that one repeat itself.
until we clip it and repeat it, but that's fine.
Yeah. The diamond comes out a piece of shit.
Oh, that's a great.
That is the idiom of Baldur's Gate. So I see where you're heading here. Could I have that performance? I think.
Doke.
And it is an advantage as you are doing a combo performance.
Why isn't it rolling here?
I don't see anything.
There we
go. Good that
advantage, and I get
and the boop.
more.
Okay.
Boopy, boopy.
So the noble definitely doesn't seem like they want to deal with you, but the bodyguard sort of looks down like, look, I don't want any trouble. You don't want any trouble. We don't want any trouble. But the horses are crap. If you've got a horse that's up to my lord's expectations, then happy to make an arrangement for a trade, or it'd be worth a couple of copper to me to see him swapped out. But I don't think he's going to be spending any more money with the abuses he has suffered from the merchants on the north side of the gate. And that's a thing that happens. Yaz definitely is aware of that. There's just a skill that you need to acquire to get horses of good standing after you've sold yours on the south to buy some on the north, and this noble person didn't seem to have that skill. Now, I appreciate your concern for the horses, but you could move along. I'd really appreciate it. My friend here is quick with a fireball, and I am not fireproof.
Which friend is he?
He points to the other bodyguard, to the woman on the far side.
Gotcha. Can I take a quick glance over, see if this guy's been in a fight recently, or Anybody?
Give me a insight, perception, investigation, something, depending on how you're thinking of doing medicine.
I'm gonna do it medicine.
So none of them look to have any wounds consistent with what you heard happened with Oin. The person who assaulted Oin would definitely have a few bruises, a split lip, that sort of thing. The bodyguards have definitely been in scraps, but that looks like quite a while ago. And the noble person looks like they've never taken a punch in their life.
Yeah. Can and not to belabor my role too long, but what I was really hoping to do is get any information on who might have been getting into a scrap with Oin. So can I sort of, like do it? Well, it's not even really the horses. I mean, we just had so many problems. I mean, the guy in my cart just got into a fight with somebody. I'm trying to figure out who that is so I can get this straightened out. Have you heard, and see if I can wiggle any of that info out of him? I was.
So you start to try to figure that one out, and let's go with Hurl for the bodyguard. Hurl seems like a good name for a bodyguard. Hurl's like, look, I'm not sure how you think starting trouble with another wagon is a way to figure out who started trouble with your wagon, but don't really want any trouble. Just want to get the noble person and their stuff to the end of the road.
Gotcha. Nope, get it. Have a wonderful journey, and I'm sorry for the disruption. Thank you.
Sure. So
I guess, Anrin, though, if we want to smooth out anything with the horse, we could try to do something there. If you're feeling like we should relieve this horse or something, we could do that.
Leave the horse, and perhaps there is one of the herd that will agree.
Maybe, yeah.
Sure. So
it's worth a try.
Anrin, give me a quick animal handling there, or a nature, either way.
Let me see which. Oh, definitely animal handling.
Okay.
Here comes a 12.
What I almost did was I was going to ask about the boop that I got that I haven't used and whether it's already gone. But
it would have been gone because Rob used his boop in the meantime, and the concentration would have broken on the boops. So the 10, you give a quick look over the horses, and you can tell that they're trying, but they're just not what this noble person expects. He's probably expecting something Clydesdale-ish. It's just a big, massive horse that pulls with no issue. What he's got are reasonable horses. They're probably somewhere between a riding horse and a draft horse, but he wants a monstrous pair of horses. And there's one or two of those in the caravan, but they're fairly prized. So you might be able to make that sort of thing happen, but beyond that, you don't get the insight to say, okay, well, I could get away with this. You just know he wants a monster.
Similar to the horses that we saw carrying hauling the big treasure out from the hatching grounds?
No, these would be completely new horses because they were purchased on the north side of Baldur's Gate. So all the horses that were coming up from the south stopped at the gate and turned and went away. So these are all new horses at this point. All new carts as well.
Thank you.
Yep, absolutely. So with that, I think we are down to our Nomus investigation, as well as the work with Samardag's cart. Now, Sho, has anything that's been going on so far called your attention away? Is there anything you want to push a little harder on, or are you going to keep monitoring the cart?
None of that really fits any skill set that I have, so I'll continue to be the guard. And I feel that is what I was contracted to do.
Sounds good. So that then brings us around to Chiquito. Chiquito, stopping by and talking with your gnomish friend. Give me an idea as to how you're leading into this conversation before we give it a skill roll. What are you trying to do here? And that's Perithan.
Breathin, the gnome,
Yep.
right? Where would I find him?
So he's again sitting on the back of the cart. He doesn't like
Okay.
having to walk because his legs aren't quite long enough for that.
Right.
And he's paid for passage, so he's allowed to do that.
All right. I'm gonna go and say, hey, how you doing?
Oh, hello, friend.
Hey, do you mind if I take a seat again?
Oh, of course. And sort of scoots
Right on.
over and pats there.
That was a pretty good game yesterday.
Oh, yes. Very profitable.
I'm sure. Question though. I know you had mentioned something about gold and stuff on my head and whatnot.
Oh, shush.
I know, yeah, right.
And he's sort of like, we should, shush. And so he hops down off the cart and he sort of moves like a little way off the road, like a little quiet spot where you can talk. The caravan's going by, and as long as you don't stay back here more than 10 to 15 minutes. So, what are you thinking?
The way you're looking at me, I might get the wrong deal. I'm just looking to ask you a bit more questions,
Oh. Well, sure. You're a friend.
Okay, well, first off, you might telling me how you found out about that poster, where you found it in the first place.
Well, friend, you see, if I were to tell you that, one of my other friends might become my enemy, and then they might do away with me. So, you can see the situation that I'm in.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, I take it there's none amongst you that you'd be willing to turn on, huh? Just, someone you don't like too much?
Amongst me? When you say amongst me, what do you mean? Like,
well, it seems my friends are looking for a group of folk, and as long as you eliminate one of them, you gain yourself entry to their club and protection against what's to come.
I didn't know that there was more of me. Okay, well,
Oh, well, they just gave me this picture here because they saw me talking with you. But the way they're talking sounds like there's more, and I'm a numbers man, you see.
right. Okay. Numbers. So, you're saying that you think that they're going to be they're going to protect you more from whatever would happen. Say if something were to happen to you. I'm not saying I'm going to do it. No way. But I'm just saying if something were to happen, your bets are on your friends rather than helping out me.
Well, you see,
That's what you're
friend,
saying.
they approached me first, which means they have initiative. You, didn't.
Yep, I guess so.
But you're catching up well now, and they seem like a swell bunch. Why don't you go ahead and give some thought to joining up with them? You, me, we join up together. We find a few of your friends to take to them as sacrifices. We'll be living on Easy Street.
Well, who?
Well, I don't know.
I think you know.
Well, I have
I
a good
think you
guess.
know.
I have a good guess. I am a numbers man, as I said. I see who you pal around with.
Okay, no, I'm not saying about me. I'm saying about you. Who you? Not who me.
Who?
Who? If I wanted to be friends with your friends, who exactly would I be a friend with?
Oh. Well, I
It's
hear.
not those people on that card, is it?
Which cart?
The one you were in, the one where we were talking, and you said shush.
Oh, no. If they were part of that group, I wouldn't need to shush you, would I? No, this is the Cult of the Dragon.
The Cult of the Dragon.
Cult of the Dragon. Worshippers of Tiamat. Crazy in the head, but quick with their knives. I'd rather not be on their sore side.
Okay. Yeah. So then, I guess the question is, why where did they approach you? I guess, and where can we
Oh,
find them?
after one of the games, they slid me that. Let me know the story.
Oh, okay. So they're around. I guess they're around the caravan. I
Oh,
guess.
oh yes.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, there's all
What?
sorts.
You don't worry. You don't worry so much. Maybe it's that they think you're one of my pals too.
Well, if I am one of your pals, they don't seem to have a bounty on it. Or at least they were kind enough to let me try and earn my way into their good graces. I'm hoping
And
I
did you?
just... Oh, at this point, no. I'm just thinking to remain neutral.
Okay. Could I persuade you somehow, maybe in one way or the other?
You might try. what's the offer? And then let's see a roll. What are you trying to persuade him to do?
I'm just trying to think maybe that not necessarily that it might be in his best interest maybe to let us know what's going on a bit more. So I'm definitely not trying to threaten him in any way, but maybe just for my sake and for the betterment of the people around him. I'm not going to get too into detail, but I'm going to say, I've heard that. Yeah, I've also heard about these guys, and they're not one to trifle with, and just being associated with them can cause you a heap of problems.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a persuasion roll. I see what angle you're going for there.
Okay, and I'm gonna kind of. Do you mind if I was able to kind of give myself a bit of a pep talk beforehand, or no?
This conversation. How long is that? That one's you got to use it within a minute.
Okay,
So this will probably be it'd be too long to have used it.
you got it. No problem. Oh,
That's pretty good. Well, friend, you see, I don't know that I'll be able to provide you with much more information without putting myself into terrible, terrible danger.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but I could protect you.
Well, they seem fairly
Yep.
confident that they've got a bounty out on you. I don't know that you have a bounty out on them.
No, who would have told you that? I don't. We don't have. I don't. I mean, I don't have a bounty on them. That's no one's looking for them, silly.
Well, that's sort of what I'm saying. They seem to be acting. They seem to be moving actively to eliminate you. You seem to not be moving actively to eliminate them. Right now, my bet's on the violence coming from them.
Right. Okay. So, are they like? Do you know maybe if they're looking to do it anytime soon?
Oh, if they say something like that, you'll hear me screaming and running the other direction.
Right. Okay. Well, there's nothing else you can help me out with then, buddy.
Well, I always keep the offer open. If you ever decide that one of your associates aren't worth saving, we'll cash them in for safety and fortune.
Oh, that's wow. What a nice offer. The problem is, yeah, okay. I'm just looking maybe the other way around things. I don't want to. I don't like. I don't like being in this situation anyway. You're kind of making it difficult for me. I don't like to be.
Well,
I don't know.
don't you think too hard, friend? And he reaches up and kind of pats you on the back. You just go on along and then pretend I never said a thing. No harm, no foul.
Okay. But what if I do?
Well, then you might get harmed.
But what if I do? What will happen to you? That you told me all this, that they're here.
Oh, nothing.
Friend. No.
No, of course not.
You're not worried about it?
No, have the deck stacked against you. Anything
That
attempted
was
on that side, I'll just pretend I was setting a trap for you.
That was very nice of you. You're my feelings. I thought we were friends.
Well, we are friends. That's why I haven't set a trap for you yet. Otherwise, I would lead you off somewhere quiet and alone where people could ambush you. And he sort of looks around, but I haven't. And pats you on the back.
Okay. Thanks for the information, I guess. I'll think about that.
How
And-
far away are we?
You're not too far away. I mean, the caravan's still going by. You're just off in a little secluded spot, and he scampers back out on the road. You can see him working a little hard to get caught back up. Gnomes are not the speediest of creatures, but he gets back on his caravan after a few minutes. So during this show, you've been monitoring Samardag's cart. What skill were you looking for there? Insight as you eyed them up, perception. What was the angle we were taking?
Really, just perception.
Okay.
Just watching to see if I can spot who's looking at me more than the cart.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a perception roll then.
See who might be a threat. Whew.
Ooh, that's pretty good. Of them, the one who seems to be paying the most attention to the cart is the half-elf who is driving and selling from the beer cart. Bade, you know him because you've bought things from him before. Everyone in the caravan has. Just keeps looking over your way more often than maybe he should, and it just kicks off that tingle that lets you know, whoop, things are happening.
And he's watching me more than the cart.
He's watching you more than the cart, and also doing a little more eye tracking, just finding some of the other members of your group. So you see him looking kind of off the road when Chiquito heads off the road. Kind of tracks over, keeps an eye on what's going on with the nobles as they head up to talk there, and keep glancing back your way. Anything to follow up on that?
Not for now.
Okay. So the day passes and these things take place. It brings us into the evening. As evening's setting on, you're getting that breeze coming through that indicates over the next day or two there's probably going to be some storms coming through the hills. Some rains to be expected. Tonight, everyone make sure they've got out their tarps and such things in case of the inclement weather. The wagon masters let you know that unless it is a absolute monstrosity of a storm, expect to be walking in the rain. As night falls, anything anyone is doing that I should know about, or feel free to talk amongst yourselves.
When I have the opportunity, I will tell people what I saw of the beer cart driver and and the inordinate amount of attention he's paying to us specifically, and apparently to each of us.
I would definitely let everyone know that he's not that gnome that I wanted to call my friend is not my friend. In fact, he's a slippery son of a bitch. And I really didn't like it very much, and he hurt my feelings a bit more than I like to admit. But pretty much there's definitely someone around here, and he's trying really hard for us to kind of sacrifice ourselves to these people. In fact, he almost had a plan in motion. All I needed to do was bring one of you with me, and he would have brought us right to them.
I'm not usually this guy, but maybe he needs to not be on the wagon train any longer.
Or
Really? Oh,
what if
Yeah,
Maybe.
no, I mean seriously,
I
how long-
wanted to shock him, maybe in the arm to hurt him a bit, but
yeah, but if he's even hinting at the fact that he wants to lay a trap for you, Chiquita, we can't let that happen. I mean, maybe we gotta.
or what
remove
if we
him.
do?
what do you
Right.
mean?
Oh, you talking about
Maybe
What
I
if-
do shock him in
Chiquito
the
is bait?
arm.
What if Chiquito does take one of us and he arranges to deliver that person, but the rest of us follow?
Wait a
And
minute.
Chiquito takes the sacrifice off
One of us
somewhere
is-
away from the caravan where they're going to kill them, and we intercept.
You know who would like this plan? Leosin would like this plan.
Leosin approved. Damn.
Yes, but Leosin would not have his friends behind him. He would do it
Yeah,
by himself.
That's exactly right. He didn't have any backup. He was sort of a schmo that way. Like this might work. I mean,
So
your
for-
point is well taken, Anrin. I mean, definitely some similar risks involved.
So, if such a plan were to occur, what do we have at our disposal to ensure protection of
Eldritch
an
Blast.
unassigned sacrifice?
We don't have allies in the caravan.
If this were to happen, they would not want to do it at the caravan because it would give them away.
Mhm,
So it would happen somewhere further away. They are trying very hard to not be known.
mhm.
I mean, yeah, not that hard. I mean, this guy keeps on coming up. That everything he talks about is just but I think he's more interested in just getting some cash.
Or staying alive.
I don't know. He doesn't seem too worried about it.
But they approached him
Yeah,
secretively.
that's what he said. He said that they approached him, and apparently he's more afraid of them than us. But at the same time, he isn't afraid of them somehow because he trusts that they won't hurt him. I don't know. I didn't get it very much. I try to warn him, but I don't know. But yeah,
I don't trust this guy. I mean, we have to do something. Whether we do this plan or we neutralize him, we can't have him behind us or in front of us. You know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah, man.
there is also, if we follow through and let him deliver someone, and then he sees us destroy who he delivers us to, maybe he learns to trust us and not them. We show
don't
him
know.
that there is more to fear than dragon cultists.
you know, I wish I could. Yeah, I maybe. I mean, yeah, kind of. I didn't want to threaten him, but that kind of. I probably should have.
If you threaten him, maybe he just turns you over to them.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yep.
At this point, he has shown that he would be willing to, but he does not want to do it yet.
Yeah, I do worry about him now, though. Like I said, I definitely not trust him. I'm sure I could only assume that he's reporting everything I talked to him about to them.
So
This would
We
be
are-
a proactive step.
but we're clearly being observed. We are being
Yes.
observed. And so we are being hunted.
Yes.
But we are being hunted carefully because no one can be seen. It's like they're poaching.
Yes.
They're poaching. And so they don't want to kill us or hunt us outright. They're doing it. So
Like Fox in the chicken box. Just pick off.
that chicken box.
Yeah.
That's a great word. Chicken box.
You know, I know this is probably not a good idea, but have we just thought of telling everybody there's cultists here? They're like, and just stop the caravan and let's find them out and deal with it? Or do you think there might be more of them than us type of deal?
I think that they are carrying a lot of riches, and they could easily buy a lot of loyalty.
What
Yeah.
I'm curious is if the merchants would even care.
Especially if they are
they're
paid
not,
well.
if they haven't been threat to them.
So, Rob,
But if maybe
you are
you spin it in the way, because there have been the dragons, they've been picking off at the caravans. That's what all the talk about was back in Baldur's Gate. So
people don't seem worried about the dragons.
They feel they have strength in numbers.
So maybe the caravan has already been bought off. They don't worry about the dragons because we are the
Right.
price that they paid.
Wouldn't that be funny if we were working for them this whole time protecting the cultist caravan and everyone
We
here is
are.
a cultist but us?
Oh, I don't know about that.
That'd be interesting.
So here's
That would
the other-
suck. A lot. There are
What
cultist birds back there.
Oh man, no!
I don't want to say they were.
Like,
I don't want to ruin it.
seriously, the birds, like, no, there's something good and pure in this world, and that's the birds, man. Like,
Birds had no conscious choice in how they came here. They're caged.
the birds are the
yeah,
word.
they didn't know.
Maybe.
I'm
I'm
just
teach
kidding
them a song about tambourines stuff tomorrow. Anyway,
Difference between a harper and a bard.
well, Harper's a faction, and they're just a group of people. A lot of people who are interested in justice join, but
I've not seen Rob play a harp.
yeah, no, it's an idiom. Like, it's a metaphor.
I know of the harpers, and I know
Right.
that the harp is an instrument.
Oh, sure,
And
sure.
Anlin's question, I've not seen you play a harp.
No, it's a symbol. I actually don't play the harp.
Symbol. You play the
So
drum?
there you go. There is a difference between the harpers and the bards.
Well, sure. Now that's yeah. I mean, and also to answer your question, Chiquito, I do play the drums, but I don't have any symbols. But that's a homonym. Like, those are two words that have the same sound, but
Okay.
but have different meanings. So, like, that's
So-
different.
Is it in the way that like if robin is a bird, but not all birds are robins, like that type of thing? But in your case, it's harpers are bards, but not all bards are harpers. Is that
I
what
think
they're
not all
this is going
harpers
with?
are bards either.
I think
it goes both
I think
ways.
there are some
Oh.
non-bard harpers.
But
So
there's some
you're-
harper bards.
Get to the heart of this.
I'm sorry.
Leosin,
I'm sorry, Henry.
I originally was actually
I'm
talking
sorry.
to say that this plane, we need to consider that the dragons have air support. So, like, one of the things that whatever we do is we don't want to let anybody, out of our sight too far in open area, right? Like, where we could lose somebody when that bone dragon comes down, puts them in the weird rib cage jail cell and takes them off. I mean, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'm just calling it as I see it. That's
Can
not.
we call
Midian right here.
that the bone zone?
We can call it that.
They've
bone
put them
zone?
in
But
the bone
I
zone.
feel it could lead to misunderstandings. In
You got
certain
put in the bone
contexts.
zone.
You're right, stranger danger. It could.
Stranger danger. Stranger danger's gonna put you in the bone zone.
Right. Like, I don't know.
We've just been banned from Twitch.
this is past the point at which this is uncomfortable.
All right. So sorry. I guess we might. So yeah. And by that Leosin thing, we're not endangering the whole town. If we were to, I wasn't when I punched him. By the way, I wasn't upset that he did it. I mean, he was there. He did it on his own. But the fact that he kind of persuaded them to bring the entire town with him was the thing I was more upset with.
Because he didn't think. He just did not think.
You're right.
He just did.
But we think we have plans, and they go really well.
They
Every
always
time.
do. So,
Oh, so our plans.
We should return to our caravan and follow the
What?
But
Plans
so,
are like we go in like diamonds and come out like shit.
Yeah,
I'm bringing it back.
I'm glad that came back.
Even us talking in a group, are there people
Yeah.
watching us talk in a
Yeah,
group?
I mean, there's always people keeping an eye on everyone else. But you
That's nice
you
of them.
feel a little more eyes aim your way, and go ahead and give me a perception, Chiquito, as you try and confirm Show's theories. Yeah, you see a lot of folks eyes your way, especially after they visit Bade's ale and beer cart. And it's nighttime now. You've all pulled off and you sort of circled up. There's still some gaps between the wagons and the fires, as there was space on the road to get everybody set up and secured. But yeah, they buy their beer, they pay, and just every once in a while look over your way, more often than any other direction. After they get done, the quick conversations that happen as you walk up and buy a beer.
buy a beer.
Sure. Click, click, click.
So, I don't normally buy beer from you.
Oh? Who do you buy beer from?
Nobody.
Oh.
This is my first beer that I bought.
He thinks for a moment, he looks around, and he fetches out a little tiny umbrella and puts it in your beer for you. There! Now it's a fancy beer. Enjoy.
I came over because I noticed. I'm going to try and give him a very inexperienced flirt and smoldering look.
Okay.
Did not see that coming.
I was like, I came over because I noticed. I'm like, you noticed him noticing you, huh? So
Exactly.
How about
Exactly right, but not in the way we expected.
Charisma, persuasion, ish.
Let me try persuasion-ish.
Persuasion-ish.
It's gonna be very ish.
That's a respectable persuasion-ish. So he's got nothing else going on at the moment, so he sort of leans over, and as people come up, he serves, but he flirts back. So I'm happy to be noticed. It's not often such a fine and capable looking woman stops over at my cart. Where are you from?
Well, I'm from the Reaching Woods, and yes, south.
Oh, just don't see many folk from the woods on the road, or in towns for that matter. What brought you out?
I came originally to accomplish something of great importance for my family, and you can see where that brought me. So, I've found many interesting people on this trail so far, and especially in this caravan. And I was looking at them and noticed you looking at me. So I was kind of curious about that.
I mean, you caught me. Like I said, I don't see too many beautiful women on the road who look as capable as you do, so there you go. Also, you didn't come over for the last couple of days, so anything I can do to drum up some business or some attention, all good, and hopefully you'll enjoy the beer. And hey, up at the cart, and you can kind of look around. You can see he's got enough ale and beer there that this trip will be well watered for whatever run it might happen to make. Everything looks a little slipshod, though. The barrels aren't quite snug in the way you would see at a bar or establishment like that. Things aren't turned round so that the labels face out. Everything just looks a little raggedy. But he pours the beer, he serves the beer, maybe a little more spills than you might expect. But that seems quite friendly. And as he returns the smolder, he does fairly well as well. So, he's got maybe not quite the duration of experience, but perhaps a little more quantity.
With beer drinking?
With beer drinking and flirting idly with
Holding.
women who are drinking.
Okay.
So, he's just...
Well,
He also has the high ground. I mean, he's kind of hanging down off the side of the cart, and, you're on the ground, so... Were you Anakin, this would be hopeless.
Democracy.
so I'm pleasantly buzzed because I actually have never I didn't drink at the bar before because I just don't drink. And
Mhm.
certainly not this. And if I'm going to drink something, it would not be this. And so I'm a little bit buzzed, but
Sure.
not enough to lose sight of everything. So I say, I really am so confused because my only goal was to do this chore for my family, and instead I am being bothered by people who believe, I don't know, they believe that dragons are coming back. Have you seen any sign of dragons coming back? People have been talking about it, but I haven't seen any signs of dragons coming back.
And, at this point, the, line is slowed down, so he sort of, leans and takes a sip of the beer on his own. Dragon's coming back, huh? I mean, from what I hear, they hadn't really gone away. But,
No. They kind of stay out of our way for the most part.
that's not what I hear. I hear they've been picking people off on the roads down south.
I mean, I saw kobolds on the road down south, but I got kobolds on the roads down south, but they keep coming through the woods, which is another reason why my family sent me on its way. Can I have a little bit more beer?
Oh, yeah. And he serves it, and he does collect. He collects money, but he maybe gives back an extra copper as he's giving you change. Kobolds though, they're only this big, right?
Green though, and they have slings.
Right, but nobody's gonna confuse that for a dragon.
Mm.
Yeah, well, a lot of them seemed to think that dragons were coming back, and I didn't see any dragons coming back. And then they started throwing things at me, and then I got mad. And so that's never really a good thing.
Wait,
And-
the dragons were throwing things at you? What?
No, the kobolds were throwing things at me, and then the kobolds were dropping things on me because some of them had wings. And now I'm on this road and in this armor, and I'm not exactly sure why I am with the people that I'm with, and I would just really like to go back to doing what my family asked me to do.
You're sort of
So,
nodding along and yeah, it's hard sometimes out on the road. But you know what they say, if you can't be with the one you love the one you're with.
that's never really worked well either. I don't know. I just know this. I really hope that I don't encounter any more trouble on the road. I'm pretty much fed up with trouble on the road. And at this particular point, I'm hoping that any trouble that might be trying to find me on the road will rethink its direction. Because I'm not going to be happy about it. So, thank you for the beer and the good talk. I'm sorry I was such bad company. Because now I'm pretty convinced.
And he's like, oh, don't worry about it. If this is your first time drinking, it'd take a while to figure out what kind of drunk you are. Just try and stay away from angry drunk. You look like that might hurt people.
People. There's no might about that. So, at least people who need the hurting. Not you. I don't think you need the hurting. Yet. Well, good night.
I hope it never will, and, best of luck finding a quick end to your troubles.
Group. He's not a bartender. Whole caravan is a setup.
Wait. You got all that?
When?
Dude. Oh, no. For a second, I thought I saw people froze, and I was like, uh-oh.
No.
Oh no.
I think everything's still working.
Okay.
It appears to be still working, yes.
He's a human. His bartending skills were subpar. He kept calling me a woman when I'm clearly an elf. He didn't want to pick up the topic of dragons or kobolds, which normal people would want to pick up the topic of dragons or kobolds. And he just sort of kept treating me as if I was a drunk, which I was a little bit pleasantly buzzed, but not. Ugh. So.
Inside check.
Do elves not call their female women?
Is it
an elf? When human men come up to you, Sho, is the first thing that they call you woman?
I have been called a woman.
By a human?
Sure.
And I'm always called the elf.
Okay.
I thought that was a big mistake on his part.
I only ask because I don't know.
Well, I would imagine that most people would call you glorious barbarian or...
Don't know about that.
I look over to Rob. Hmm?
Rob's writing notes.
Lord,
So-
yes.
I'm going to go back to the caravan and we should probably have a watch.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay.
Alright.
So you set watch. The night passes reasonably uneventfully into the next day. Folks get underway. The rain has come. Little showers here and there. Nothing very arduous, but it is wetting the ground, kicking up the mud. The horses are not fans of it, and everything's just getting a little more grumpy as the day goes on. Could I have, from the party, a fateful D20? Lower would be better for you.
Do it. No!
That
Dang
would be on
it.
the higher side.
Ruh-roh.
So you get underway, and it's towards the end of a long day. So most of the day is passed just kind of trudging through the muck. And they're probably still 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. There's another hour or so they'd like to get underway, going a little later than usual to make up for the slower movement in this misty rain. And again, from up at the front, someone's calling out, "Amrin, get your crew together. Your lot's come up again."
Oh, you guys ready for an ambush?
I suppose.
Isn't that the point of an ambush, is we're not to be ready? But I mean, hey, I'll be ready for an ambush, but Okay.
Be
never
ready
mind, I
for
shut
an
up now.
ambush.
Yeah, it's okay for us to spoil that. Yes.
And
It is.
and
Oh,
throughout
okay.
throughout the day, other folks have been called up to take care of things. Debris in the road, trees falling that need to be cleared away, branches, stray animals, and such. But it's getting late, and nobody really wants to deal with it. And as they call you forward, they're kind of pointing up, and you can see a little ways off in the distance, 4 birds of prey circling in and amongst the clouds. They look like they could be close enough to the road that the wagon masters are like, I would like to know what they're circling, just in case. If there's something dead or undead on the road, we don't want to bump into it unaware.
Right.
Yeah.
I will start off in that direction.
Sure. Heading down the road, sneaking, taking the sides.
Make
I'm
it to
really
be sneaky.
heading
I'm
directly
taking
unless
the
anybody
sides.
has other plans.
I will take the sides, just because I want to make sure I'm got my ear to anything on the side for an ambush, but also so that I can counterattack anything that jumps. So
Sure.
I'll take the sneaky sides too.
Okay.
I think.
Sounds good. Go ahead and give me a quick stealth.
Eh?
Yeah, as you are showing less of the broadside than the others, but you all make your way down the road. Andrew, you're very obvious.
Yes. The effects of the alcohol.
As I see that they're slowing, or that they're stealthing, I will walk a little bit slower so that they don't fall behind.
Sure. And Rob, so Yaz and Rob, you sort of blend in. Chiquito and Anrin, not so much. And then
Chiquito's hiding really well until the sunlight hits his faceplate.
I really need to dull this thing down.
I think it could be like the rain just splattering, like makes little dong sounds. It is like ding ding ding. But it's enough. You continue on your approach and you realize that, oh, actually, no, they're circling a little off to the side there. The hilly area that you're making your way through has some broken hills off to the right, sort of a stair-stepping effect with some water coming down it, not a whole lot, forming a small river. There's a kind of a bridge over where it passes, and where the birds are circling looks to be 20 to 30 feet off the road, down a bit of a decline. Are you okay with that, or go to investigate further?
I'll investigate further.
I was hoping you might say that.
Oh no.
This is the job.
And you should see a map loading.
Day long.
Holy cow, it's a giant
It's a big
skeleton
sword.
head.
Wow.
Well, that's
Oh,
kind of
that's the
badass.
first sword I found that's bigger than my mom.
A giant
That's cool.
skeleton.
What? the-
So you start making your way along the way, and you will be approaching from that ridge. And you've stepped down a couple of ways, and you can see where the runoff has come down and formed itself a little bit of a stream. There's a little bit of a cliff on the descent. Across the small gap that you see there, there is a massive skull, 40, 50 feet across, along with a similarly massive, well, you would say sword, but on the scale, maybe it's even just a dagger. You can see a gem glowing in the hilt of it, and you can see the remains of a skeletal hand that maybe once wielded it, or maybe once was struck by it. There's a lot of water accumulated down at the bottom, and you can see this is marshy land where it's collected before it runs off a bit further. You would guess maybe anywhere from 1 to 6 foot deep down there. It's very murky. A lot of debris and silt has been kicked up, so you can't see through it at all. down there, it looks like a wagon has run off the road. They must have been coming from the north based on the tracks that you check out very quickly. And a pair of halflings are currently climbed up out of the water, laying across the earth and the shards of that sword. They look all sorts of torn up. Their clothing and the flesh of their legs has chunks torn out of it. A horse has been shredded a little bit to the south of them. Its back half almost entirely gone, stripped to bone and scattered. Its front half having quite a bit of chunks taken out of it as well. Basically, its head still laying up on the bank there. The two halflings are struggling weakly to keep themselves out of the water. They don't seem to have noticed your approach yet. What are you all doing?
And which direction are we coming from?
You are coming from the northeast, so you are where your tokens are. You see your tokens.
Oh, I see. Yep.
Okay, yeah.
We'd have to climb down in there.
You would have to climb down in
so,
there.
They were so visible that they couldn't see them.
Yeah. I think Chiquito might kind of move up a bit, kind of say, "You okay down there? Looks like you're pretty hurt."
Careful, there's something in the water. Help!
Oh.
Chiquito,
Okay, I'm going to start climbing down.
yeah, Chiquito will. Diddle 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 diddle. Big giant spider.
A giant spider.
Giant spider.
Or Spider Town.
We're not in initiative yet, are we?
You are not in initiative yet, no.
I will ask them. Can you point to where in the water?
It looks like it's taking almost everything they've got to stay up out of the water, and they just sort of like flop their hands around. You can see they got to be pretty hurt.
All right. I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire.
Okay.
On this square here, so that.
Well, give me a ping on that square again.
Oh, you can't see.
I cannot.
I'm drawn, and you
that
can't
one
see.
right there.
It's 20-foot square, right?
Yes.
Cast. Oh, that's
20-foot cube.
Yeah, I chose regular drawing and not polygon.
Ooh, there's a bridge now.
Oh, perfect.
Come on, I want to see. I want to see this square. I got a half an arrow so far.
I want to see
Which
square.
way?
That's not a square. That's not a square at all.
It's more of a diamond. Hold on.
Could I? Well, the
Ooh.
square. Oh, that's a square.
Oh, beautiful.
That is
Beautiful.
a square.
All right,
Whoa.
Is that where the square is going?
that's where the Fairy Fire square is going. So as Sho and Chiquito make their way over there, at least maybe we got a chance at seeing something.
Okay. So the halfling that's in there has no chance of flopping their way out. So they're just covered in your fairy fire is like a pink glitter.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're just covered in pink glitter, and that doesn't seem to please them. But as the pink glitter sort of lights up the water, you can see, I'm going to use the word countless, just because it's not going to be something you're able to count. Small fish moving about in the water, hundreds of them at least, now all glowing. They're very, very pressed in near where the halfling is, but they're moving about constantly.
Well, hopefully that helps.
Would it be a given, Casey, that I kind of by now it would be kind of an everyday occurrence of just passing out good berries from the night before? Would that be kind of given that?
Yeah, we can set that as a nightly event.
All right, cool.
So everyone has.
We'll
10?
just assume everyone has 10. Yeah, we'll just go 10. If it's that important, then I could add more. But yeah, 10 sounds like a good.
Could I, while they're climbing down, could I find in the area around me, like, maybe like a really dirty branch or
You find a
something
very
like
clean
that?
one and you apply some mud. But yes.
Okay. Could I take some of my um rope and start like kind of like trying to tie it in a way so that way like when we hopefully manage to get them over, it'll be easy enough to like help pull them out.
Okay, got it.
Like a little seat or like
Oh,
just
that'd be good.
something to hold them onto.
If it's okay, I think my giant spider will begin to, or I'll begin to maybe start making kind of a bridge, kind of weaving a bit of a strong, making my way kind of to make it so that I could kind of go above them eventually, kind of going back and forth, kind of weaving a bit of a web.
Okay, so you can definitely, you can definitely go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. You've built up a good tension line there, but somebody would need to get down there to them. There's no way to
Yes, I'm going.
flop that down there. Okay, yeah, you go ahead and make the descent. The descent's no problem. You reach the ground, and as you do so, it's very, very marshy. You can feel your feet sinking in, and sort of as soon as you step, the moss and debris sort of sinks down, and you see a little bit of movement in that water underneath. There's a lot of glow going on.
I'm going to leap across.
Okay. Is 10 feet, is it easy peasy for you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Whoop, you leap across.
I don't need to stand on that person.
Okay.
And then
and as soon as your foot kind of hits there, you realize that the blade material is very, very, very slick. Like, it is still a sheer and sharp item.
Okay. Well, I am going to pick up these two halflings.
Ah! They don't like this treatment, but they understand it's probably necessary.
And then I'll jump back. Actually, I'm going to jump toward Chiquito's bridge.
Chiquito would have already kind of he would have made his way down a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
To where it would almost be kind of perpendicular to the ground.
You got it. So, Chiquito, you made your way down there, big spider that you are.
Yes.
Yaz, Anrin, Rob. Yaz, I know you're working on getting a sort of a seat arrangement going. Anrin, Rob, what are you two up to?
I'd like to assist Yaz in making that seat arrangement and in providing whatever support that is needed.
Sounds good. And Rob, what are you up to?
Sort of, now that I've used fairy fire over here, I just sort of want to look around again, and this sword, this dagger that's on the ground here, with the glowing gem in it. How long does it? I mean, does it look ancient? Like it is settled into the ground, and like the
yes,
earth is reclaiming it.
It looks ancient. Centuries, if not millennia, it's been lying here. And as you're doing that, what is your passive perception?
$13.
Come back here, die roll. Good news. Up above, 4 figures in the sky have gotten quite a bit larger as they swoop down. and you hear the wind whistling through Waza. Hello. You hear the wind whistling through their feathers as they close the distance. You look up and you see that those 4 circling objects are now on a dive bomb course towards you.
Chance to take an action against them, or are we in initiative?
We're about to roll initiative up. So,
Before we do, can we take an action again?
no, we cannot. But it is 10:35, and we haven't taken a break yet because of my little nonsense that I have with my video. So let's do a 3 to 5 minute quick bio, grab drinks, etc. break, and then we'll pick back up, rolling into initiative. Feel free to click initiative when you're ready.
Sounds good.
You put the tracker up?
And I will put
Don't
the
see it.
tracker up. And I will
Perfect.
Now I'll roll initiative.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's nice.
Oh, these are
Good
good
start.
rolls.
Hang on, I
Oh,
didn't.
there's some good rolls.
Oh, look at these rolls.
Dang it, did I
yeah.
click myself?
Oh.
No, I didn't click
All right, come
myself.
on, Cheeto. Oh,
Oh, they are perfect. I didn't want to make it.
I
hate
guess I
making
didn't click
decisions.
myself either. Let me do it again.
Click.
Oh, wow, I lost a whole. Well, Chiquito,
And-
we are just destined tonight to
I
be.
think this is show's very first decent initiative ever.
Same, but then I forgot to click the token. So-
Me too.
And I didn't. I actually did my own. But
Nice, okay.
whatever. I'm okay with the 6 if you're okay with it, Casey.
Wait, what happened?
I said I didn't click the.
Oh, you're on there. You got a
Giant spider.
6.
No, I know, but I
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
do
you're
the giant
yeah,
spiders.
Either way is fine. You're good.
All right, I'm good with the 6. What's gonna happen? All right.
Eldritch Blast.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Shoot the whip.
The water on fire.
Where's my water?
If I were a sorcerer.
Oh, there's my water. Okay, I'll be back.
Get something to drink.
Yep.
I hope I didn't take things too far sideways with the whole drunken bartender
No, that was-
thing.
That was
but
good.
That
It
was
was
good.
very entertaining. That's why when you came back, like we were all so quiet. Even like when Yaz was talking, I was like, "Whoa!" Like I was not expecting that at all. I was waiting for the "You looking at me?" and it was more like, "Hey, you looking at me?"
I was like, oh, that's what you meant, huh?
That was really
well,
good.
remember, I watched Jumanji last night, so one of the key aspects of that was smoldering and really, really inexpert flirting.
Yep.
Right back.
Do dance fighting, which I kind of was thinking, but it's wrong for my character. I'll be right back.
A 4. That's not good.
Hello, Casey.
Well, hello as well, but I'm more testing how my video is doing. I do not
That makes
know
sense.
what is going on. Huh. Can't think of anything that I would have changed. And like my OBS is telling me I'm getting 50 and 60 frames per second, and my computer's only working at half capacity, so it should be fine. I've got
And you
no.
have like a computer, not like a laptop.
Well, it's
kind of thing?
a desktop replacement laptop. It's a
Okay.
it's a gaming laptop. But I don't.
Okay, so is your battery setting, is it at like full whatever and not on battery saver?
Yeah,
Because mine, I set mine to battery saver, and that usually like cuts things down.
Yeah, I mean, I'm plugged in. I'm not on battery, but my battery's full. I'm
Well, I mean,
wired.
even if you're plugged in, if you're in battery saver mode, it like kind of forces it to kind of go down a bit.
No,
At least I've noticed on mine.
I'm on light the thing on fire and melt the laptop if you need to. But like I should, if it's having trouble, OBS should be telling me I'm having trouble, because literally there's a little ticker right there that's saying I'm getting 58 frames per second. And yet I'm not sure I am. Yes, Shady Potato is right there. Right there. This way. Over here.
That's me.
Is Yaz. That was wrong. I don't know.
Potato is here. As he is. Eldritch Blast.
Potato, yes.
Potato, yes.
Ooh. Paul, you are frozen.
Oh.
I'm frozen.
Yeah.
Here. Let's see what
Like
I'm
I can
doing.
hear you just fine. It's just you look like you're about to get into a mean lean, but then stopped mid lean.
All right.
Paul, who's now turned into a skeleton because of it.
Yes.
Thank you, Shady, for the inspiration.
Did we get inspiration?
Just me.
Just one.
Did you get inspiration?
I did.
Wonderful.
Going with the
Is
affordable one this
suspicious.
time. There we go. Yeah, I think my OBS is super cranky right now. But I will try
Alright.
and
My camera is
it was
cranky.
Talked to Shady even on Discord in probably months.
We were talking to him the other night. He actually joined us in the call.
Yeah, he's been on the last few days.
I always assume you guys are playing Among Us.
He tried
Exactly.
he tries to get us to play. Like, okay.
We've been watching Pruno play The Wolf Among Us.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's a good game.
That was a fun one.
Very entertaining.
I think we have one more episode until that story is done, though. No.
Casey, I so wanted to. One of my other characters in Ed's game, Lukewarm. All right.
And the follow. Thank you for the follow. I'm sorry. You were saying?
No. Pretty much, I still wanted to be like, with the gnome, like, you better be afraid of me, because I'm gonna gut you like a fish, and like totally. But I'm like, I'm so like holding it, because my other character would have totally been like, I'm gonna threaten him, and maybe if he were to put me in danger, maybe kill him. So I was doing my best not to do that, but I'm sure you could see me grimacing the entire time, going,
you're holding it back. Holding it back. Hey, good stuff. Let's see here. What do you think? D&D battle music? That seems like a good choice here.
Dun. Can we get like a?
Ooh.
I don't think we can do it. What is it called?
That's a lot
Like,
of percussion.
I don't know if it's called yakety sax, but it goes.
Yeah, that
I
is
feel like
yakety
that's appropriate
sax.
for birds.
That is appropriate. Unfortunately, that's also probably still copyright, but
Oh yeah, absolutely.
so there's a little percussion,
Love
but
to-
we'll leave that on for the moment, and we'll see how that one goes. But in the meantime, I believe everyone has been added to the turn order. Larryton, Periton, Maryton, and Garyton descending from the air. Peritons are not quite the birds of prey you were expecting. These
God.
have antlers. These have sort of a deer or horsey-like face to them, and they have a bit of lore behind them. Does anyone believe they know about Peritons?
Out
Yes.
of character, I do.
In
Out of
character.
Character,
In character, does anyone have a reason to know?
No.
I could see them being something we have to deal with in the grasslands.
I could believe that too. So, Peritons frequently roost atop high mountain ridges, layering in high caves. They prey on any animal. They're strictly carnivorous, but they particularly look out for humanoids, elves, half-elves, and humans. It's said that in order to breed, the female must consume the heart of a humanoid creature. There's also some lore that says that Peritons are not a natural race of creatures, but are actually given form from those who take pleasure in murdering others or break oaths and find themselves living as Peritons. But for right now, I think the part you need to worry about is they're here and they're coming down for you, Rob.
No.
They're currently about 60 feet up in the air above you.
60?
About 60.
Checking. Ah, that's within range. Alright, I can short bow one of them. And I shall.
I believe in you.
Thank you. It's nice.
Hey, look at that.
Oh, twang.
Oh, twang, patoo. For 6 points of damage to lead Periton. It takes the arrow in stride, though, and continues to drop towards you, claws extended. Rob, anything else?
Yeah, I am going to dive for... I have no idea if this is a good idea or not, because although I know a little bit about Peritons, I don't know that much. I'm going to dive and go prone. I'm going to, do the Yaz. Boom. Hit the deck.
Lying on your front?
Sure.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, it's probably stupid. Seems story appropriate.
You
As
go.
it's diving at me, I would dive out of the way, make myself a tougher target to hit.
You got it. You make that attempt, and we'll see how that goes. Show you currently have halflings under arm, and can see these Peritons diving down towards Rob Oakes. Tons and tons of squiggly, brightly lit fishies below you, just waiting for a misstep, and a giant spider across the way. What are you up to?
And Chiquito has made a little bit of a spider silk bridge
Right.
here.
I sure have.
So I'm gonna go up that with the halflings as quickly as I can.
Okay, go ahead and give me an athletics check, and I'll give you a range here. I will say it'll be at 15 if you're trying for both halflings. If you set one down, it'll take it down to a 10, because it seems like that's an awful lot of arm load there.
I'm gonna take both of them. I
Okay.
have one leftover inspiration, and I'm gonna use it.
Ooh.
15, I said, for both. 16 is better than 15. Good choice on the inspiration. You are free and clear to move across and move. Show,
All right.
please move yourself where you want to be, and the halflings will be
Just
under
gonna bring
arm
them
either
up
way.
here, and deposit the halflings up above, and then stand. That's a move?
That is movement at that point, and free action. You can just kind of drop them.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay them down, and I'm gonna stand over them and get my shield out.
Sounds good. I'll just throw them off to the left there, but we know that they're kind of above behind where the rest of you are grouped up at the moment. That brings up 3 Peritons that are diving towards Rob Oakes. Rob Oakes has leapt towards the ground. Let's see how that works out. I'll give you a hint. It's not great. They are going to try and rake with their talons as they fly by. Rob, unfortunately, being prone against a melee attack gives them advantage on the hits. You've got 3 talon rakes coming with advantage. 1, 2, 3.
Cutting words on the first one.
Okay. Reducing the damage or the attack roll?
I think I'll just reduce the damage.
Okay.
And I'll call them all kinds of words about making up their mind, be a deer, be a bird, what the hell's wrong with you?
Wait, what? It's their turn. Do you get a vicious
Cutting words.
I clicked the wrong button.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even actually mean to click that button. I have a bunch of macros across the top of the screen.
No worries. My brain was like, wait, that's not how that works. So cutting words for you is a D6 or a D8 at this point to reduce that damage.
It's a D6. So.
D6. Let's go ahead and see it.
Do I just roll? I have to roll my cutting words first, right? Or
Yep, just a D6.
Just D6.
Okay.
Okay, so first set of damage is reduced down to a 3. The 18 will also hit?
Yep, the 11 will not.
The 11 will not. So that is 3, 9, 12 points of damage. And unfortunately, because they were in the dive, they do get to add a little bit more damage on top of that for the momentum. For both of them, an additional 20 points of damage. So a total of 32 points of damage.
Yep, down by 1.
Down by 1.
Well, diving was a dumb idea, but it seems like something Rob would do.
The Peritons swoop back up in the air. They're only about 10 feet off the ground at this point, the lead 3. The final one follows the swoop, and Rob is already down. It goes for it. Rob, we got one more coming at you. Expand properly.
Oh, shit.
And it lands the crit. 2 death fails on Rob Oakes as he lies on the ground. Down below, Chiquito, as the giant spider, you are close enough to see that the water is roiling as the kippers begin leaping up, trying to get at you as you cross, and now some blood spray has happened above. Garriton flies away.
I'm going
Hang
to...
on.
Oh.
Anrin, there is a horrible, really bad sound coming from the skull.
Okay.
As you look over in that direction, for just a moment, you see flesh, wrinkled, pink, moving past one of the eyes, something clawing at the inside.
Oh, no.
Anrin and Sho, I need you both to give me DC 12 intelligence saving throws. Sho, you feel something just raking at your mind. Oh, sorry, DC 12 intelligence saving throw. Intelligence saving throw. Anrin, sorry about that. Okay.
Oh,
Both of you feel like a
Thank you.
horrible pressure, like something is literally tearing at your brain from the inside, in time with the scratches on the inside of that skull. Chiquito, what are you up to? Oh, yeah.
Uh huh. Well, I am going to I'm going to climb up. So at this point, and I'm going to. I guess I don't have any good berries on me, because I turned into a giant spider without kind of putting them down. So you know what? Is there a way that I can like ready my action to if? I guess that won't help because someone else could do it. Let me see. Let me just look at the turn order real quick because then that would make my decision. Okay, I'm gonna attack one of these Peritons
Sure.
with a web attack.
Absolutely.
Web attack.
23 will work. The Periton is restrained and tumbles from the air, landing on the ground with a squirk.
Oh, I hoped it would land in the water.
Is that my d6 for damage?
No. There's no.
Oh, that's your
There's no
recharge.
damage. That was just
No, sorry.
recharge. Yeah.
There's damage from the fall. So actually,
Okay.
4 points of damage. Better for
Okay.
you. Chiquito, what else are you doing? If anything.
I'm gonna go ahead and stay here and kind of do my best to kind of shield Rob's body. And that'll be the end of my turn.
Sounds good. Yaz?
Yes. I'm going to go over here. Gooseberry into mouth. And then I'm going to look toward one of the Peritons. I'll aim for one that is unrestrained. Maybe this one?
Okay.
And do Hex.
Hex applied.
Because Goodberry is action, right?
Goodberry is in action. And Rob Oakes, you have one precious hit point.
Woohoo!
Anrin,
Thanks, Jazz.
what you up to?
Yes, has done pretty much what I was planning to do.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate
Uh-huh.
the concern. One bad roll and there'd be no Rob.
Yeah, exactly. And it looks like the attacks on the Peritons have been pretty successful, and I'm not sure if I want to do anything about that thing in the eyeball at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and throw a javelin at the third Periton.
Sounds good. And I realize
And
now
I'm
I should have
going-
made more area off the sides of the map, but we'll pretend that we know where they are.
Okay.
No problem.
But first I'm going to bonus action rage because I saw Rob go down.
Sounds very fair.
Okay.
14 will hit. Oop.
If you wanted to just expand the map, we could just pretend that there's scenery on.
I will be attempting to do that in a second. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but we'll see how that goes in just one moment.
And I didn't.
And javelins should get the +2 for rage, right?
I forgot to click it before I hit it. So next time it will show up. So it should be plus. So that should be 8.
Okay. Rob Oakes, with your 1 hit point, what are you up to?
I'm gonna use half my movement to stand up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna yell out, "Get near me!"
Been waiting to hear that.
Chiquito fist bump. Chiquito fist bump.
Yeah. Which one? There's 88 left. Wait. Oh,
I got
that-
you
that
know
one.
which one. That
Okay.
one.
All right, I will move over to here. Thank you, Yaz. That was a lifesaver. Like literally, like was that like a lifsaver? It was like anyway. And
Oh yeah,
Okay.
lifesaver
good berry.
flavor.
It's like pineapple. Yeah. And then I will bonus action healing word myself. And I was trying to think of a good song for that, but I got nothing right now. So I'm just gonna cast it.
Cool.
Getting there.
So that's
Nice.
8 hit points for me because I cast it at second level. And then I'm gonna bow the one who's in the web already. I'm gonna short bow. Whoa.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Okay.
I was mid move.
It was right as I clicked on it though, so I felt like I started a matrix reaction, like the screen was melting. Okay.
Those things
I think-
happen.
Rob, I think you got 9 hit points.
I was about to
Because that
say.
first number is your second
Oh.
level of it.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. I'm
That's
back
like
to it.
one whole hit from one.
I'm a third of what I used to be. So can I shoot at the one in the web?
Yes, the
Is
one
that
in the
doable?
web is the one that you had shot before and has taken a bit of fall damage. That is a 100% hit, 3 points of damage dealt. It's
And
still
that's-
thrashing though.
All Rob can do.
You got
Thanks,
it.
everybody.
Show.
Is where they are now more or less accurate?
More or less accurate, yes.
Okay. I am going to rage. And I'm just going to move to here, so I'm still more or less above the, or nearby anyway, the halflings, and somewhat between them and Rob.
Sounds good.
And I will hurl a hand axe at the restrained one.
You got it. Let's see it. 20 will hit. That's a lot of
For
damage.
11 points of damage.
It is still a Periton, not yet dead. Show anything else?
No.
Got it. That will bring up Larryton. Larryton is going to swing round, picking up speed, diving towards Anrin. Anrin, please give me your choice of athletics or acrobatics as it attempts to shove you off the cliff. The number you would like to roll higher than is a 17.
Jeez.
I did not.
A 13.
You are
you are
raging, you
raging.
Oh,
17.
So
so I
you-
have the 17.
You get the 17. In this case, I believe it still goes to the attacker, though. So you will get the shove. Anrin, you go whoop, whoop, and land. There is a swarm of kippers thrashing around at your feet. The mossy bank is not enough to keep you out of their reach, so they will get a chance to nibble on you while you are down there. Larryton begins climbing and flies out over this way, using up the better half of their movement. Periton is the one that is trapped. They will try and break free. Strength check against the web. 6 is going to do nothing. They thrash in that web. Meriton swings round, diving in at the big show. Got a gore attack
Big
coming at
show.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Where?
23 for 8.
That will hit. Reduced to 4.
They do a flyby. It does not invoke
But
an
it still
opportunity
does for me.
attack.
It
What?
still does for me because I have Sentinel.
What does Sentinel say, real
Shoot.
quick? Bring that one up if you would.
Oh no, that's disengage doesn't affect.
Disengage does not.
is
This
not
is a
disengage.
flyby.
Dirty.
So-
That's too bad. I was kind of banking on that.
Unfortunately, they get away. Anrin, down with the Kippers. You get a swarm of Kippers biting on your feet. More than half hit points. They attempt their bite. They attempt their bite?
They don't have to.
There we go.
It's okay.
They don't have to.
A 19, I think, might hit Anrin.
Peritons want to be pets.
19 hits.
14 points of damage.
Okay.
Across the way, you can see that more of the fish are swarming in. They're not going to make it this round as they're making their way through all sorts of nonsense. But there's a lot of them in this water, and they would like to eat you.
Can tell.
Up top, Garriton only has eyes for Rob. Flies right in down between you. Rob, it goes for the headbutt. Misses completely.
And I'm gonna hit it
Oh!
because that does trigger if it attacks a target other than me.
That is true. 22 will definitely hit. 10
And
Nice.
speed is reduced
points
to 0.
damage. And it just thumps into Rob and just blops onto the ground.
Nice work.
That brings up that horrible screeching sound, and you can see a claw just find a niche in where the nose is. You can see it sort of pointing out there like a cat-like, and then that blob of pink passes in front of the eye. Rob, could I please have a DC 12 intelligence saving throw?
No. You can have a 3.
Rob,
I should have called my inspiration. Oh,
oh,
I didn't call it.
you take 2d10
Oh.
points of psychic damage.
Cutting words. Can I do that on psychic?
You do
You
that
do
on
that
anything.
anything.
Yep.
Alright. I'm gonna sing to myself, everything is okay, there's nothing in my head. And reduce that by 3.
All right, that is down to 7 points of damage.
Leaves me standing at
Leaves you
least.
standing, and then I need to ask you a very important question. What is your intelligence?
Rob's intelligence doesn't come up very often. It's a 13.
Okay, I'm gonna roll 3d6. You would very much like the total to be less than 13.
Yep.
8
And it
is much less than 13. You feel scratching and clawing on the inside of your brain. It hurts, but you've still got a brain when it ends.
If I only had a brain. Okay.
And you still do.
And I do.
And you do. Chiquito.
All right. There's creepy mind stuff going on, everybody.
I'm gonna go here. Pretty much, I'm gonna move up here, and
That's where the halflings really are.
okay, I'm gonna try to finish this one off with a bite.
Guess they're there. Nope.
Don't have advantage from the
But do I have
restraint.
an advantage?
Oh, from the restraint. Excuse me. Yes,
Yeah.
you do. That'll
Yep.
work. That'll work just fine.
I missed the first thing, but the second one goes in.
Yeah, you liquefy the insides of it. You get a good slurp. It's delicious. One Periton down.
It's stable but poisoned for an hour. I guess.
This one's not stable.
I don't want it to be though.
If you don't want it, you don't have to be.
Yeah. I slit its throat with it. Okay.
The little fang.
So I mean, actually, the puncture damage was enough. So the poison was just gratuitous.
Okay,
But
that's good.
Chiquito, anything else?
Chiquito is going to. I guess move back here, and I'll just try to recharge my web.
Sounds good.
That'll be it.
Yaz.
I am
Hi.
going to kind of try to make myself look tough, slap my chest, and I start to look a little chilly.
Okay.
As I do. I need to do it as this because I think. Yes, I do. So I use Armor of Agathis, and thankfully it is not the concentration, so I can still do my hex.
Okay.
And that is in action, so I just needed to do that. And I'm going to stay protectively by Rob Oaks, and that's it.
Sounds good.
Thank
Anrin,
you.
you are down by the Kippers. What you up to?
Kippers.
So I have no idea of how deep this water is.
It's probably not more than 6 feet deep. Would be your reasonable guess, but it's a pool in rock that's got a lot of moss and stuff growing around it. So, it's got a lot of fish in it.
And dash is a running action, so I'm gonna go ahead and step back here. And I know that gives, I don't know, does it give them an attack of opportunity on me?
They would get an attack of opportunity unless you disengage or have some other thing. I think you get they get disadvantage because of your spirit?
They do.
Okay.
They do get disadvantage because of my spirit.
Okay. They will take that up. They will take the opportunity if you give that to them.
I will disengage first.
Okay.
And then move.
You got it. Disengage, no attacks.
And then disengage is an action, correct?
That is an action. Yep.
Okay, thanks. I don't do it very often, you know.
No worries. And climbing the cliff wall, unencumbered as you are, it's difficult terrain, but no problem if you wish to climb.
Oh, good. I didn't realize it was that kind of cliff wall. I was thinking like 20 feet. But, okay, I can do that. So that was 5, 10, 15, 5. Yeah, I can actually get right to the top, and that's it.
Okay. Sounds good. Rob Oaks. With your precious hit points. What you doing?
I know. Well, I'm gonna leave this one here just got tossed into the drink, right?
No. That one there is just hexed.
Oh, okay, but it's flying.
This one here has 0 reduced hit points.
Yes.
Or not, it's reduced movement.
The one right beside you is at 0 movement at the moment. The one that was spidered up is now dead.
Dead, yeah. All right. Quick draw my rapier.
Wishnackerter?
And a quick healing word for me.
Sounds good.
Sorry, everybody. It's I'm the most juicy. And by that I mean squishy.
It's okay.
All right, that's it for me, actually.
Show, what you up to?
First, I'm going to call the lightning on this one that's next to me.
Sure can. Dexterity saving throw, I think. Yep. 17, it passes it.
And then I'm going to hit it with my warhammer.
No,
Shoot.
wait, no, unfortunately.
No, I forgot to say recklessly. I meant to, but I forgot.
Alrighty. Anything else for your show?
Nope.
Got it. That's going to bring up Larryton. Larryton is going to circle around. Pick up some speed. And try and bump Anrin back down. Anrin,
Aw.
could I
Huddle.
see athletics or acrobatics of your choice? You got to beat a 19 this time, though.
Jeez.
Good lord.
Use that-
Inspiration.
Still going to be
Inspiration?
athletics.
Do you have inspiration?
I have 1 inspiration left, so I guess
Might
I
be
will
a good
use
time.
This might be the time.
it. Okay.
Maybe
It is
not.
now used. I mean, it's now being called upon.
Oh.
Dun, dun,
Didn't do
dun, dun.
anything.
It won't. You just roll.
That's okay. You can't get
No,
shivved
I
if
mean-
you never roll.
There it goes.
Uh,
Oh!
I'm serious. It just like clicked like 3 times and then finally it did this.
Yeah, the
Which
roll
wasn't
20
good.
Get
sometimes
several
gets a
of them
little.
in a minute.
Yeah, but an 11 unfortunately will not do it, and you get bumped off the cliff face, tumbling back down within reach of the kippers once more. Larry looks pleased. Mary up there swings back around, saw what happened, takes the long road, coming in on the opposite side of Show to give Rob a bit of a gore. Rob,
Jeez.
I have the best armor class, so this will be fine.
I believe you. I believe in you. 17
Yeah, no.
for
That'll
8.
hit.
I
I have enough.
No, Shady, we're streaming. No.
Shade.
Thank you.
What just happened?
Shady joined in
Oh.
because I still forgot to secure the
Oh.
channel. But Rob falls. That's
I headbutted to go down?
You gonna land on top of me?
He's not at 0.
Oh, 8. Eight didn't do it. Never mind. Not at 0. Sorry, I thought
No,
that
he
was
has
it.
at least 2 hit points.
I have 2. I had 10. I cast another healing word on
He's
myself.
I have trouble with
I-
small numbers.
Yeah, nice.
That's going to bring up our kippers. Kippers are swarming down there. We got 2 sets that are going after Anrin. They have more than half their hit points. Number 1, number 2. Number 1's going to miss. Number 2's going to hit. 17 points of damage. Please go ahead and half that as they just tear into your flesh, trying to strip it off like a cow. Or like that poor horse
Okay.
over there.
You know, I didn't half the other damage.
Oh,
I
do
gave
please.
myself the full. So-
You've been raging this whole time, I believe.
Yes,
Yes, I have.
got hit. Ever since I got hit, she called
That's
rage.
right.
Yep.
I forgot not to do that. So let me add 7 first, and then I'll take off the rest.
Sounds good. And
Oh no, that's not right. It was
Oh,
27.
that's not right.
Periton is going to flap its way upright, start flying once more. Circle about. Rob, they're
That's
after
it.
your heart.
Opportunity of attack.
They have flyby. They do not incur opportunity attacks, unfortunately. Rob, we got talons. 10's probably not going to do, though.
It is not.
Periton flies out into open sky to pick up a little more speed. More of that horrible scratching noises, and the exposed pink brain shows up in the crack in the skull. Yaz, I need a DC 12 intelligence saving throw from you.
I'm going to use chat inspiration
Okay.
because I'm scared. Didn't even need it.
Didn't
But
even
good
need it.
insurance.
It was good insurance.
It
Yeah.
was. Show, I need a DC 12 intelligence saving throw from you. The 2, not so much this time.
Nope.
That's going to
Whoa.
do a little bit of psychic damage to you. Nine points of psychic damage. And you feel some really nasty things going on in your brain. What is your intelligence?
It is 11.
On the
Oh,
nose.
It is 0.
It is indeed 0. You are stunned. Chiquito.
Anything we can do for show?
Not at this level.
Yeah, I didn't think there was.
I guess Chiquito will go up against this one here. Or is it in the air, or is it? Oh, or is it?
It's low enough that you could reach it.
Okay.
It basically just got off a shove on Anrin and is flapping there, preparing to accelerate.
Okay. Every time I go to grab the giant spider, it keeps on jumping out of my pointer. All right. There it is. Bite.
13 is the magic number. DC 11 Constitution saving throw. They do pass. So that
So 9
would be a
damage.
total of 9 plus 4 will give me 13 points of damage. Chiquito, anything else for you?
That's I'm gonna move, I guess. No, I'll stay there.
Yaz.
Yes. I look to the Hex Periton and I go Eldritch Blast.
That does work. 9 points of force damage, and can I see that hex damage, please?
You may.
15 is a huge chunk, but the Periton doesn't fall just yet. Larryton's still hanging on there. Yaz, anything else?
I give him like the I'm watching you, but that's about it. I don't think there's anything else I can do.
Sounds good. Anrin, what are you up to?
Trying to hit the fish doesn't seem to make any sense at all. And I can't quite reach this. So I'm going to take a chance on those attacks of opportunity and go ahead and climb back up.
You got it. You start
First.
climbing. A whole horde of bites coming at you at disadvantage. 2 of them. Number 1, number 2. Big natural 1 misses both sides.
Oh. Nice work.
And now I'm here,
Mm-hmm.
and I haven't taken an action other
Correct.
than okay. And is this Periton still? This is Mary?
Yes, Maryton is well within reach.
Okay, Maryton is going to get smacked with a glaive,
Okie doke.
hopefully.
Well, yes, she is.
Yes. Yes, she is. That's gonna do this 2, 6, 9 points of damage to the Periton. Mary is still flapping though.
And I have a bonus action,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm going to use a bonus action to dash. Well, if I dash, do I have to take the full movement?
No, you can use up to twice your movement.
Okay. I'm gonna dash far enough back to get away from the edge of the cliff
Okay.
and stand next to Sho, who is obviously stunned.
Sounds good. The Periton will take its attack at disadvantage at you. 7's going to be a big ol' miss. Rob.
Rob's gonna cast Thunder Wave at the 2 Peritons in front of him.
Oh, there we go. DC 14 Constitution saving throw. Top right, followed by bottom left. Top right, bottom left. Both super fail. 16 points of damage is
And
the perfect
pushed and beat that.
number. You send a Periton body scattering down.
Nice.
19 just won't do it here, though. But is shoved back that direction. Rob, anything else?
A quick medicine check on, or whatever I can do to if there's any. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's RP, but I would check on Sho to see.
So you can see Sho has just gone slack. And you've seen enough, sleep spells, hold person, that sort of stuff, to understand that she's out. What exactly might be wrong, you're not sure about, but you felt things clawing at your brain. Whatever that was probably got her.
I'm gonna try to protect her as best I can.
Sure.
That's it.
You got it. Sho, unfortunately stunned at the moment, so nothing for you unless you got something innate.
Nope.
All right. That's going to bring around Larry. Larry's engaged with the spider. Spider... "12's going to miss the spider, I
No.
think.
Miss. Yep.
All right.
Misses.
Larry sees the ways the world's going, and having taken that attempt, flies away about 60 feet. Kipper have no target. Gary, also seeing the way the world, starts to make their flight away. You are not easy prey, unfortunately. As they escape, however, that brain presses itself against the crack. You see it emerge once more. And Rob and Anrin, could I have DC 11 intelligence saving throws, please? Oh no, Anrin!
Nice.
Anrin.
I have inspiration and I forgot to use it again. Oh well.
Anrin, you take 18 psychic damage. And what is your intelligence?
Do I get half damage?
No.
No.
Psychic, no.
Nope.
Psychic.
Okay.
So you take all 18 of that, and then 10 is not higher than your intelligence, so I believe you're okay there. Rob, you are just fine as is. And Chiquito, as it comes around to your turn, you see the giant brain. You see the things that are happening. We're in turn order, but I think between you all, you've realized what sort of threat this is. It is an intellect devourer. You know they attack minds. You've never heard of one this big. But that is a problem.
Yeah. I think if I'm able to, I think I might move here, try to grab Sho and pull her back away. Try to almost.
Okay. Give me a quick perception check.
Okay, I'll do a perception check.
So you go to grab Sho, and Sho's just kind of limply standing there. You go to tug, she just sort of falls in the direction that you pull. And you realize that one of the halflings has a grip on Sho's foot.
Okay. I'm going to. I mean, I don't know what that means at the moment, but
Okay,
I am still going.
They look all
No,
beat
I know.
up and
I
they're just
understand. I understand what that means.
grabbing.
I understand it, but Chiquito is going to really not pay any mind, and it's time to leave. So
Okay.
he's trying to get Cho out of there.
Okay, so you pull Sho away, and you start moving away. Halfling doesn't have the strength of body
He
to
might. Maybe I was
resist.
gonna say maybe if anything with that perception check, I'd yank her away rather than just.
And
pull.
that's kind of you go to pull, and you notice that the grip you're breaking a grip rather than just pulling Sho off balance.
Okay.
Yaz, what are you doing?
I am. So did the Peritons are now gone?
Peritons are flying away. They're about 60 feet out at this point.
Okay. Sounds good.
I mean, if you want to Eldritch Blast, they're still well within range of that.
Considering it.
Mhm.
Do I see where I am, the big brain?
You don't see it right now. It sort of presses itself out and then falls back. You know it's not really taking turns, but on its turn, that's what it does. So you
Gotcha.
do not see it right now, but you know where it is.
Okay. I'm going to look at Rob and be like, I think
Thanks for the jams, man.
it's time to go.
Thanks for the gems.
And he's going to kind of look at the halflings to see if they're in a state to follow.
The halflings look like they probably cannot walk, though they appear to have been dragging themselves towards Sho as Sho is being pulled away.
Okay.
It doesn't look
Yeah.
like they want to stay here, but they look awful.
Okay.
Like one hit point kind of awful.
Gotcha. Yaz is going to kind of go over, give one a berry, and would probably try to help one of them up.
Okay. You give a berry and you help them up. The berry, causes a lot of the blood that's still seeping to kind of stop, and they kind of clamber and they're kind of pulling their way up and just hanging off you as best they can.
All right, and then I would start following.
Okay.
Yes, and that would probably be my turn. I don't know how far I get, so just tell me.
Yeah. So I mean, you get 30 feet out that way. So.
Okay, then. Okay, I wasn't sure if because I was helping them if it was shorter or not. So okay, I follow.
Between the good berry and the assisting, you're basically moving at your own speed. They're limping along in your wake.
Okay.
Or one is rather. Anrin, what are you up to?
I'm going to continue what I've been doing mostly, and that's doing what Yaz is doing.
Okay.
So I'm going to give Dave Plum whose name I don't know, a good berry, and then lift her fairly easily across my shoulders
Sure.
in the fireman's carry.
You got it.
Say, watch out for the glaive.
And they do their best to kind of hold on around the glaive, And yeah, no problem. Rob.
Yeah.
Can't move her.
All right. Can I see the Intellect Devourer at all?
Not at the moment, but if the pattern holds, it'll probably be popping up any moment now.
Yeah, no, I'm good. If I could see it, I'd take a parting shot, but no, I'm out.
Okay.
And I will not leave the show, so I will help with show.
Okay. Show, you are currently in the stun set. Larry is flying away. Kippers are kippering. Gary is flying away. You hear a crunk as the intellect devourer must be throwing itself against the bones that are holding it, and you can hear some bending and splintering. Anrin and Yaz, could I have DC 12 intelligence saving throws from you, please?
Okay.
Oh. My night.
Anrin, 11 points of psychic damage.
Hey, luckily you're not going to be stunned.
I'll be out. I'm down.
You are unconscious?
I am unconscious.
Okay.
Ruh-roh.
So, just because I'm curious. Nope, you would have been fine. But you are unconscious. You fall down. Dayplum is just like blump blump on your back. You hear a little whimper come from Dayplum. Chiquito, what are you doing?
I'm assisting. I see Anrin go down. I'm gonna look to Rob, kind of look at Show, and I'm gonna run over to Anrin, and I'm gonna attempt to. Maybe I can't. I don't have any good berries or anything, but I'm gonna attempt just to try to continue to get everyone out of here.
Okay. So Chiquito, as you run over to Anrin, you can see that Dayplum is looking pretty bad. Could I have a perception check from you, please?
Sure.
So Dayplum is definitely trying to right themselves and kind of dig out from under Anrin's bulk. We'll need a little bit of assistance there to get back underway. But you can see, she's trying. She's clambering, but she got a great sword kind of in the gut there, and that didn't feel great. Yaz.
So what?
Oop,
Would I was trying to pull Anrin away. Would I still be able to do that or no?
Oh, sure. Go ahead and give me a. Well, she is currently a unconscious person, so you can just. What's the strength on a giant spider? It's not like 2. It's like 10, right?
It's 14.
Okay, yeah. You can bundle her up and drag her away, cocoon style, if you choose.
Yeah. I'm just gonna try to get. We're moving away. That's
Okay.
what I'm trying to do.
Sounds
right now.
good.
So if it's okay, Anrin, I'll move your token along with me.
Yep. Once you get them up, Dayplum sort of starts staggering after, but has to right herself and is about 15 feet behind. Wait, what did I do? Yes. What are you up to?
I would continue in assisting Nam ahead and just keep on going this way.
Sure.
I think that was... Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's the way.
Yep, and... That's it for me.
Anrin, unconscious. Giant Spider, did you do any medicine?
I mean, could I have done medicine as a giant spider? Because I definitely would have. I mean,
let's go ahead and roll a medicine check. You just need to use your spider's. No, you keep your. It's an intelligence. You keep your own stuff. So yeah, just a medicine check.
Okay, sounds good.
10 or better to stabilize.
Sounds good. 10 or better. Stabilize. Here we go. I'm sorry, I was looking at the giant spider for some reason. Okay, Chico. Medicine, right?
Medicine, please.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Not quite good enough. Anrin, I do need to ask for a death saving throw.
My whole night.
Oh, you are 1 on the bad side. And then Rob Oakes, what are you up to?
The show is stunned still, but on her feet, right?
Show is stunned but able to be shoved along, basically, or pulled
Yeah,
along.
I'm gonna pull Show with me.
Okay.
And then do I still have an action?
Yes.
Then I will Goodberry Anrin.
Okay.
So she should have 1 hit point now.
Got it. Anrin is up to 1 hit point.
We got a butt handed to us.
Show, you are a little bit stunned. You hear that cracking in that sound, but it's a good 40, 50 feet away now, below the edge of the rise. You can't even see the top of the skull at this point. Yet still, Yaz, I need to ask you for a DC 12 intelligence saving throw.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, Yaz!
Oh no!
Yes, is not smart boy.
Yaz, 15 points of psychic damage.
That hurts.
Do me a
Take
favor,
away-
bring up your spell real quick. Your armor doesn't affect ranged attacks, right?
It's temporary hit points.
It's,
No, I
it's
just meant
temporary
for-
hit. Oh.
I shouldn't have
yeah.
No, it
applying-
doesn't. It doesn't take damage back. No.
It's only for a melee, right?
It's only for
Yeah.
melee.
Only
okay.
for melee.
Only for melee. Okay.
That's what you were looking for. Okay.
That was that's the
Would
thing
I-
I couldn't remember. I was like, wait, does that do the one where it shoots icicle darts back? No. Okay. That's
Would,
Diablo.
does that still take from the temporary hit points, even if it was psychic?
Yes, psychic
or-
takes
10
from
hit points or hit points.
10 hit points to hit
Okay.
points. Yep.
Cool. I'll accept that. Okay.
But then we need to know, is this number lower than your intelligence? A 12.
That's higher.
Yaz.
My intelligence is 9.
Yaz freezes up. Chiquito, as Yaz freezes up, if you've been picking up any of the hints I've been laying down, feel free to act upon them. If not, what you doing?
I mean, as a player, I understand exactly what's going on, but I mean, Chiquito, I mean, I could.
I mean, Chiquito's there, and Chiquito has knowledge of magic and things, so...
Okay. Yeah.
I just
Chiquito's-
got the feeling from one of your comments that you were avoiding a conclusion, so I just wanted to say, you're fine, I'm laying the hints out there.
Okay, good. Well, in that case, Chiquito's going and looking at if he has enough knowledge about what's happening and what probably is happening.
Okay.
He's going to. I mean, I guess he's going to try to attack the halfling then.
Okay. Let's see an attack.
You would see Chiquito kind of just turn and look, and he would attack Guam with a bite.
19 will hit, and as you suspected, as you tear away the last hit points that the body contains, there's a bit of a bamf, and the head collapses, something inside having teleported away as you dispatch Nam.
Yep.
Chiquito, what else you doing?
Chiquito's charging after Dayplum for a bit of a reaction,
Okay.
and that'll be it.
Yaz, I believe you are stunned.
Super stunned.
Anrin, I don't think you got the good berry yet, so I think I need another death saving throw.
You did.
No, I did get the
did.
good berry.
Yeah.
Oh, you did get the good berry. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry about that. I blurred a little. You have
That's
your hit
okay.
point. What you up to?
I am actually. Dayplum is in range, and I'm seeing Chiquito has just killed one of the halflings. I'm not really going to question Chiquito's judgment, and I'm going to try and kill Dayplum.
You got it. Let's see it. 15 will do it. 10 is plenty. Again, The halfling's head collapses a little bit as something inside teleports away, and the assaults on your mind stop for the moment. The two intellect devourers hiding inside the halflings, forced to retreat, lest they be squishified. So, Nam de Plum, or the Nam de Plume, have been defeated. Congratulations. Sorry. Stupid joke.
Great, though.
It was really more of a nom de guerre.
Nom de guerre.
Exactly.
Congratulations. We are coming up on 11:45, so we will start to fade out on that as the party slowly makes its way back to the caravan, reporting on the dangers that were faced and defeated. After a time, thought starts to return to the party members, and it's a while before you're back up to full, but by the next morning you're functional. You got just enough to make movement happen. A few days later, each day another point of intelligence comes